hikers. In today's video, yes, we are talking about the best way to make a campfire. Special shout out to my wife for helping me film that juicy B-roll that you just saw at the beginning of the video, telling a story about how I make a fire. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jeremiah Stringer, and here we talk about all things hiking and backpacking. So if you're into that kind of thing, consider subscribing. So yeah, you kind of saw the story of how I make a fire, and hope you guys enjoyed that. But we're going to go step by step on the best way for me to make a campfire. At this point, how I know how. So if you make it a different way, that's perfectly fine. Maybe that works better for you. Hopefully in the comments you tell me, hey, you know what? You should probably try this. Man, have you tried this? That would help me out a bunch. And the other people watching are going to learn something too. So let's hit it, a step-by-step guide on the best way that I make my campfire. Step number 1. This is the least favorite part that I have. It's going around and gathering the firewood. Now my buddy Backpacking with Jason, he showed me a saw, and if you want to check it out, I'll link it in the description. Man, I use that. I think it's called the Silky Saw. Butter smooth on cutting that wood and processing it. Now you don't necessarily have to have that. A little hack, if you want to process some of your wood to, bust it up, make it a little smaller to burn, you can actually take a large branch and you can stick it between two trees. And then you just push on it, snap it, or you can pull on it, snap it, whichever one's going to be safest for you. Step number 2, after you've gathered that firewood, clear the debris away from where you're going to make your fire, because the last thing you want is to destroy that beautiful country that you're in to enjoy. So make sure you don't have any leaves or any debris around where you're going to make your fire. If possible, make yourself a little ring. You can use rocks to help the fire from spreading out and catching other things on fire. Once you got that done, step number 3, what I like to do is I like to dig myself a little bit of a hole. As you saw just a second ago, I was using a stick. If you have, a trowel that you bring with you or something like that, that would work. Just whatever you can use, a flat rock to dig yourself a little hole. Now the reason I do that is the fire triangle. You need oxygen, you need fuel, and you need an ignition source. So what I'm doing digging the hole is I'm providing oxygen to come up under the fire, so it's not just getting it from the sides and the top. And I found that works great for me. Now after that, you've got your hole dug. I like to do step 4. Step 4 is break yourself some sticks that are about the size of your finger, maybe a little bit larger, and stack those in a row. So as you can see here, I have them stacked, and then I can start building on top of that. That's letting that oxygen flow between the sticks up under where you just dug your little hole, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 inches deep. You're good to go to feed that oxygen to your fire. Okay, number 5, now we're ready to have some fun. Now, I catch a little bit of flack for this, and some of my friends think I don't know how to make a fire. Hopefully y'all are watching this video. I like to use like an esbit cube. The specific one here, I'll show you. So these are the esbit cubes that I use. And they're basically made by Duraflame. They're fire start cubes, and they'll burn for a good little while just on their own. If you want to buy them, you can just buy them at Walmart. That's where I got mine. I'll link some in the description if you want to check out the prices online. So I put that down, right? After I have that, I put some tinder on top. Now you want this to be very small. You know how we broke sticks that are finger size or around that size? Okay, your tinder you want very, very small. Like something, if you think of a bird nest, okay, that kind of size of twigs and stuff, that would work great. Number 6, it's time to light it on fire. Okay, so you have your tinder and everything ready to go. You light it. You want to let that start burning down, because the goal is to make some hot coals down there in the bottom of your fire. One of the most common mistakes people make is they start just piling on the wood. Well, you can't do that. Okay, if you're smothering out all the oxygen, that's a no-go. Your fire's just going to go out. So what you want to do is start letting that tinder burn. Start letting your esbit cube or whatever you're using burn up, and as it starts to burn and catch, start piling larger and larger pieces on. So whatever size your tinder was, pick a little bit larger than that. Work your way up to finger size. And once that's starting to burn down, do 2 finger widths. Then maybe you want to go to about half the size of your wrist, and then full wrist as your stuff starts to catch. Just be patient. Try not to pile on too much wood, and then smother it out. Step number 7. This is absolutely the best, bar none, the best part. You may have to pile on a little bit of wood as you go, as it's burning, but sit back, relax, make yourself a s'mores. You deserve a s'mores. You made yourself a fire. Folks, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe for more, kick the notification bell for the latest notifications, and we'll see you in the next video.